And so we come towards the end of your session with your leaders, and by now you've engaged and you've equipped and you've empowered. They all have their creative ideas of what they can do to share their faith. And so this final session is enjoy. To enjoy that we are privileged to bring the good news of Jesus and to enjoy the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. Evangelism should be fun. Often it can seem hard, and I think that's when so often we try and be people that we're not. We try and be like someone else. Let me encourage you. You know, we can be uniquely you, uniquely I, with the gifting and the skills and the personality that God's given us. And we have all that we need through Him, through Jesus, that gives us strength. So don't try and be like anyone else. You know, be the person God's created you to be as you go and as you make disciples. What's important in enjoying evangelism is to not measure success by how many people end up giving their life to Jesus. By God's grace, we do see great fruit and we do see lives transformed. But what's really important is that we recognise the sense of journey that people are on. That we simply play a part in seeing someone move from one place to take a step closer towards Jesus. One of the resources in this section is a resource on the Engel scale, which shows different places that people are at in their journey with God, right from -10, where God definitely isn't real, religion is offensive, manipulative and dangerous, all the way through to -1, where becoming a Christian is the best thing I can do with my life, and all sorts of stages in between. I think young people can find themselves disappointed if they're expecting everyone to come to faith. But if they're simply recognise that they've played an important part in that journey of faith, then that is a success in their enjoyment of evangelism and mission. So there was a lad that I had the tremendous privilege of leading to Jesus about a couple of years ago now. He came to our church. He was 17, turning 18 the next day. He was a Sikh young man. And I took a beeline to him at the end of the service. And he asked me the question that all evangelists would love to be asked, which is, tell me, what does it mean to be converted? He said. And I was like, oh. So I got to tell him the good news of Jesus. And you know, I had the tremendous privilege of leading him to Jesus that morning. He got such a hunger for God. He was reading his Bible and just bombarding me continually, all day, every day with texts. What does this mean? What about this? What about that? I said, hey, look, chill out. Let's meet. Let's grab a coffee. So 2 weeks later, we got a coffee and we got talking. And that's when he said to me, Phil, of course I knew you before I saw you 2 weeks ago. And I said, did you? And he said, 5 years ago, you ran this thing. We ran a mission in our church with our young people. And he said, I remember you. I walked into the church and you came running across the hall. And with this big grin on your face. And one of the first things you said to me was, can I buy you a milkshake? I said, did I? He goes, yeah, and you did. And he said, I knew from that moment that there was something authentic about the Christian faith. That for the last 5 years, I've been questioning my own faith. Until 2 weeks ago, I felt I had to go to church. And the only church I knew to go to was the one that I went to 5 years ago. And there you were. And you led me to Jesus. Isn't that amazing? You know, we sow seeds, don't we? And so often we don't see the fruit. And like the parable of the sower, we're called to sow seeds indiscriminately. We're not responsible for the ground that they land on, but some will land on fertile soil and will grow into maturity in Jesus. On that occasion, the truth is, it was a simple smile and a milkshake that saw one young person change from one faith to another. Our evangelism doesn't have to be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple. It can be simple. And God will use the little that we have, and He will take our little packed lunch, and in His grace will multiply it. That God will use us in amazing ways in the lives of those around us. May you feel energized. may you feel inspired to go and make disciples, and in so doing, may we equip and empower our children and our young people to do likewise.